the story Stellaluna that we've read together in class by Janelle Cannon. And I started my cover. Okay, so I looked at the illustration of the cover and I tried my best to draw it. And there's Stellaluna. There's her little bird family. I have the title, and you can see Book Review by Mr. Taylor. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to write about the setting. Okay, so my first page here, page number 1, is going to be the setting, and this story takes place in the forest. So I'm going to get started, and you guys will be able to see my illustration and what I write about the setting. All right, you can see I finished up my first page. The first page, remember, was the setting. Where does the story take place? And I wrote, this story takes place in a forest. Forests have lots of trees. So I'm going to check again for a capital letter. Do I have spaces? Yep. And do I have a period? I do. And then another sentence. I have to start with a capital letter. Notice it's the only capital letter. Forests, I have spaces there, have lots of trees. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. So my next page, I'm going to write about the characters in the story. Okay, so the next thing I wrote about was the characters. And in this story, the main character is Stellaluna. So I drew a picture of her and I wrote, the main character in this story is Stellaluna. Period. Notice I start with a capital letter. She is a fruit bat. Other characters are her mom and some birds that find her. Okay, so now you can see that I have written about the setting and about the characters. Now I'm gonna write about the problem and the solution. Remember, the problem was that she gets separated. She lost her mom, right? And she can't find her. And in the meantime, she's being looked after by some of the birds that find her. Okay, so I'm going to write about that, about the problem, maybe a page about the problem and one page about the solution. Okay, so I wrote about the problem of the story. Remember the problem, and I wrote, the problem is that Stellaluna loses her mom. Some birds find her and take care of her. So I drew the picture of when the bird, the owl, attacks the Stellaluna when she was flying with her, and then I see Stellaluna and she's falling from the sky and she's getting separated, or she's getting lost from her mom. Okay, and the solution is that she finds her brothers and sisters and then they take her back to mom. So that'll be my next page. Okay. I'm doing the problem and solution. So I've done the problem and now I'm doing the solution, right? How does she solve that? What I was working on was the solution to the problem, right? So the problem was that she lost her mom. With the solution I wrote, Stellaluna finds her brothers and sisters and they take her to their mom. Okay, so here here's mom, so I'm gonna go ahead and label that. Mom, and this one is Stellaluna. So I'm gonna label that. Okay, and there's maybe one of the brothers. Okay, so you can see Stellaluna finds her brothers and sisters and they take her to their mom. So now that was a problem solved. So you can see so far I've told what the setting was, who was in the story, who were the characters. Okay, we talked about the problem, was that Stellaluna loses her mom, and the solution that she's able to find her mom with the help of her brothers that she finds. And the last part, did you like it and why? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna work on. Did I like it? And why did I like it? Okay, and here's my last part here. So this would be page 5. I'll go ahead and write number 5 there. And remember, this is the part that I was writing about, did you like the story and why? Okay, so I drew a picture of her mom and Stellaluna and they found each other. So they're sharing some love, right? They're all happy, had a happy ending. And I wrote, I like this story because at the end, she finds her mom. Okay, and that was a nice ending for the story, and that's why I liked it. Okay, so just to review again, when we're writing our book review, the first thing we can write about is the setting. Okay, what is the story? Where does it take place? Right, so I drew, like, it could be a house, it could be a park, or a playground. The characters, right? Who was in the story? And in the story we had Stellaluna was a main character, and you know, the birds and her brother and sister bats, okay, but they're not so important. Then we talked about what the problem and the solution was. So what was the problem and how did they fix it? Or you might just write what happened in the beginning, middle, and end if your story doesn't really have a clear problem or solution. And the last thing is tell me, did you like it? Why, right? So remember, we should have that word because there. Okay, well, after you watch this video, hopefully you guys will have some great ideas of writing your book review of a story that you've written. So I would recommend this book to everyone because it has a really nice ending. Okay, I can't wait to see what you guys do. Talk to you soon.